If Arsenal wins, you know that no one's gonna cook at home.
Yeah,
You must buy
exactly.
takeaways.
Exactly. No dinner.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is John Anik from the UFC. You're watching the Fight Week show. Please subscribe, not now, but right now. Subscribe to the Fight Week show. We'll see you guys on the road soon.
What's happening, Fight Week fans? Salute to everybody that's joining us today. We have here in our presence Mr. Sindile Manengela. Thank you very much for joining us. He's fighting out the UFC. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks to you guys at Fight Week Show for having me.
Thank you very much, man. We've tried to schedule this interview so many different times. We've had
Yeah,
technical difficulties. We've had, scheduling difficulties, but we are here, and that's the main
yeah.
thing. We're here right
Finally,
now, talking to the fans. So, how you been?
I've been doing great, man. Yeah, um, it's been I've been working on my mate camp now. Short, I don't know
Uh,
if you know him. Shorty Lutando Biko.
yes,
He's in
yes.
a camp. Yeah.
125 champ.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yes,
Now
yes.
he's fighting again in 2 weeks' time in UAE. So I've been working with him for his camp.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
Yes,
This is really, really good. But we're not here to talk about Mr. Biko. Hopefully we'll be able to get Mr. Biko on the show. But we're here
yes,
to shine the light on you. You're the
yes,
reason why we're here. And
yes.
yeah,
Thank
I
you.
want to let's start by, getting you to tell our viewers, one thing you like our audience and our viewers to really know about you, where you're from, your background, how you got into mixed martial arts, that sort of stuff.
Um, I'm from Port Elizabeth. Now it's called Kabeja in South Africa. It's in the southern part of the country. It's like a very nice city. It's called a friendly city. So
Okay.
everyone, yeah. So if you visit South Africa, you must ask where friendly city is. They'll point you to our city. That is Kobesha, or you can call it Port Elizabeth. Um, I started judo when I was very young.
Mm.
So I translate from judo to MMA because while I was training judo, I had interest in MMA, and then I think in 2012, that's when I started MMA. I turned pro 4 years later,
Mm.
2016. Yeah, so I've been in MMA since then.
Wow. And touching on, if I ever come to South Africa to ask for friend, I'll be asking for you, and then
Yeah.
you can show me around South Africa whenever. If
Yes. Yeah.
one day I turn up over there, I'll be asking for you. I'll be giving you the link up, and
Yeah.
you can show us around your wonderful city over there.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. I will.
right. In your MMA career, you've had ups and downs, and
Yes.
you've been the champion. You've tasted
Mhm.
success under the EFC. Um, how do you deal with the pressure of carrying that much success and dealing with the targets of people that's always coming for your position in the rankings?
Um, I don't want to lie. Being a champ, it's very tough.
Mm,
Um, I, di- I I always wanted to be a champ, but I didn't know that I'll have the pressure that I had before. But I'm looking forward to be a champ again, and I will
yes.
be. And the good thing now, I know how to handle the pressure now because I've been a champ. I know how it's like to be a champ. Yeah, so I'll try to focus on the right things. Uh, like I believe if you're a champ, you still need to stay the same person that you were before
Mm,
you become a champ
mm,
to to remain a champ.
mm.
So I know that now.
Right. Because I've heard a lot of champs, and
Mm,
this is one thing they always say, and I'll give you a couple of examples, like
mm,
Rose Namajunas, Tog Rose in
yes.
the UFC. even Kamaru Usman that recently just lost his title to
Yes.
Leon Edwards, they all say there's a relief that comes with losing that that comes with losing the championship to refocus themselves. Do you find the same sort of do you get that same sort of relief that they're talking about? Do you relate to it?
Yes. Now, I'm back to the person that I was before I became a champ. I,
Mm-hmm.
I, 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 I I believe most champions, especially when like a first champ, we all feel the same pressure.
Mm,
So I believe we experience the same thing. I think now when I believe even Usman, I believe is gonna get back his title, but I'll be a different person now.
mm. That's a very very good insight from you.
Mm,
The thing that I wanted to ask you as well, how from a loss like the champions have, those sort of losses, what sort of mental strength and what sort of hard work and refocusing do you need to get back from such a loss? Because it's not just a physical loss, it's also emotional loss
yes,
to something that's so close to you in terms of your
yes.
title, your belt. How do you bounce back from such situations?
Um, I believe that the only way to bounce back is to go back to the person you were before you become a champ and forget about it. Even though it's not as easy as it is, because people will tell you you just need to forget about it and ride the horse again. But it's not that easy.
Mm,
But eventually, you need to get there and become the challenger and the person you were before. And told yourself you need to have uh, that same energy you had
mm,
before you become a champ.
mm,
So I, in a way, it, it's good, but it's not good to lose a title. But it's good in a way.
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it,
Again.
it humbles you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah. As you know, and I'm sure you know you've seen it on our page. The opponent that you faced for your title fight, Mr. Cameron Simon,
yes.
is also a friend of our show here, and I'm sure you know
Mm,
he's onto something different now with Dana White
mm.
Contender Series. So, is there a clear path for you to get back to that title, or do you think you have to maybe do one more fight to get yourself in the contention for that title? Because I believe that title will now be vacant.
Uh, I don't want to be like I don't like favors. I want like I said after I lost the title, I said I'll work my way up like
Mm-hmm.
everyone else and get back to a title shot again. But I know there are not a lot of guys. I'll probably fight one or two guys and
Mm.
then get the title shot again.
Fantastic, fantastic. But you
Mm.
want to go the proper route. You don't want
Yes,
no
yes,
shortcut back to the
yeah,
title.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
I
want
like
favors.
that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm,
I like that. I like that mentality about you trying to do it the right way, trying to do it the correct way, and
yes,
try to get to the belt through merit rather
yes,
than favors from the boss or
yes,
the people that be in
exactly.
the EFC.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
that's a very very good insight. Um, I wanted to ask you, what's your most favorite fight that you've been involved in? A two-part question. And what's your most favorite fight that you've watched as a fan?
Um, the favorite I would say the one won the title, the one against Faiz Jacobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be like my favorite fight of all time because in that fight I told myself that I will die in that cage on that day.
Wow.
Yeah, I told my teammates I'll bring back the title. I will die for that title. There's no way that I'll let that opportunity slip away. So that's a fight. I'd say it's my
Is
favorite fight. And then the fight I've seen. Um,
as
I've
a
watched
fan.
so many fights. Yeah,
Yeah, no.
I've watched so
Give us
many
three.
fights.
Give us three to make it easy for you. Give us three.
Yeah. I would say Usman and Leon. That fight was it was one hell of a fight. Um, and then da, 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 Khabib and Conor McGregor.
Ooh, that's a
That
good
fight
one.
was that fight was very technical.
Yeah.
I I think it's it's one fight that Khabib struggled compared to other fights. He struggled in that fight, and
Oh.
you could see like he was very focused as well. Even Conor, like both guys were well prepared for that fight.
Mm.
It was a technical fight, and then Rory McDonald and
Robbie Lola.
y- yes, that yeah.
You know, I've spoken to three people and I've asked them the same question, right? I've spoken to Nathan Kelly of the PFL. I've spoken
Mm,
to Sam Creasy from Cage Warriors Champion. He's Cage
yes,
Warriors Champion, and they all mentioned that same fight that you just mentioned, Robbie Lola and Rory McDonald.
that
It's
fight, yeah. I think every person that wants to change a career to MMA, they have to watch that fight before they come to
and they think
MMA.
about it before.
if
Now
if
this
you
is a
show them that
crazy
fight,
profession, you know.
yeah,
Wow. Oh man, that just made me laugh. That did. I'll,
yeah,
moving on to the next question. You've had difficult moments in the octagon as well because in this sport, like you said, it's not always plain sailing. What
yes.
fight is was the most, not even maybe one that you lost,
Mm,
even one that you won, but very very difficult fight
mm.
to get there? What's the hardest fight that you've ever been in, even if you won it? What's the hardest fight and why? Why was it the
Uh,
hardest fight?
I would say it was my second fight in EFC.
Mm,
I was winning the fight. It, when I started in EFC, I didn't have the experience of altitude because I was coming from a judo background.
mm,
So we didn't know much about altitude because in judo we have 5 minutes fight, and then you will rest. You stay for 15 minutes or so before you have your second fight. So we didn't know much about altitude. We were winning the fight, and we were like going to Joburg. We go there and win, beat the guys, and come back to PE. And then in MMA, yeah, it was when I started, everything changes because we didn't know about altitude, so we'll get to
mm-hmm.
Joburg a day or 2 days before. You'll have first round. After the first round, your energy is gone. You can't breathe.
Wow.
Yeah, everyone is struggling. Even in the last card and now the last EFC card, the guys from Brazil, they are
Mm,
complaining about the same thing. They say they
wow.
need to come in South Africa for like a month or so before because in Joburg, the altitude in Joburg, it's killing the guys.
Mm,
It makes good guys look bad. That's what I experienced in the beginning of
wow.
my career.
Mm,
Like I'll win the I'll be winning the fight, and then like going to the second round, I'll feel that I'm slowing down. I'll still win. In that fight, my second fight, I still won the second round,
mm.
but going to the third round, I was finished. So my opponent capitalized on that, and finished me. End up in hospital.
Yeah, all my days. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And that's a hard lesson to that's a tough lesson to learn, especially in your second fight with the EFC, and just figuring out about altitude and acclimatizing
Yes.
to the environment
Mhm.
way before the fight even starts. So I total respect to you there. I wanted to ask you, if you had to tell someone that's not really into mixed martial arts, but someone something about mixed martial art to protect themselves, what martial art would you recommend for them to protect themselves, and why?
Mm, I would say if you're gonna talk about self defense, you need
Hmm.
to do MMA, like to do everything, groundwork, takedowns, striking. I'd say just join a mixed martial art club, because
Hmm.
the good thing now, any city you go to, you'll have a mixed martial art club.
There's a
You
gym there.
don't, yeah, you don't get the traditional gyms only anymore now. You still get the traditional gyms, but you get everything now.
Mm,
You will get one or two clubs that are doing mixed martial art if you want to focus only in self defense. So everything is out there now. So I think people must just join the MMA club
mm,
or any any traditional gym as well. It's fine, because if we have martial art, any kind of martial art, you'll always be a better person compared to someone who doesn't have martial art.
mm.
So if you want to do self defense, join any gym.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. What advice can you give to the up and come to the fighters that's just starting out and who want to eventually turn to pro? Because it's one thing being an amateur fighter, and I always hear to never rush out of
Mm,
amateur. Have enough
yes.
amateur fights under your belt before going pro. But some fighters say it doesn't really matter. Eventually, you're still gonna fight. What's your take and your perspective on being an amateur and going pro?
I would say that's a good advice to tell people not to rush things. Stay as long as you can in amateur. But the thing now, with MMA, it's unlike the traditional martial art. The guys they start Most guys they start MMA at the very late age,
Hmm.
so they don't have much time to stay as amateurs.
Got you.
So with that as well, we can't keep the guys for too long in amateur.
Mm,
As long as the guys they are doing the right things at training, and I think the guys they need to be coachable as well. If you are coachable, it's easy to go up on top. The problem, I think the problem with most guys now, they watch MMA on TV and then they think, wow, I can do this, and then when they join clubs, they they think they are top guys already. They don't know that there's a lot to learn. There's
mm,
a lot. MMA is very technical.
mm.
Yeah, the guys, I don't think most guys they realize that. They just need to be coachable and listen to their coaches. I think if they do that, they'll go far in MMA. Actually, in any sport, if you are coachable and you listen to your coaches, you'll go far with your career.
Wonderful, wonderful. Um, I know what you guys go through camp. When you're in camp, is brutal. But I wanted to
Yeah,
talk to you about weight cuts and nutrition. What does that look like when you guys are preparing to get to to get into shape, to stay in shape, go through that weight cut before going to actually deliver the fight in the cage? Because like I've heard from a lot of your counterparts, they say to me sometimes the weight cut is more difficult than the fight itself.
yes,
Please, talk us through
that,
that. Explain to us.
that's true. That's true. Weight cut is not, it's not an easy thing. But I think us we are lucky in our camp with our coach. He researches a lot for us, as much as we do our own research, but I think it does that job better than us. So it always take us through the weight cut like weeks before,
Mm,
even months. Like I will tell you that at this certain time I need it to be in this weight. So you need to eat like this. You need to drink this much water. Like everything with conditioning and strength. Like he'll tell, okay, now in this period you need to focus on more strength, and then maybe for 5 to 6 weeks you focus on strength, and then after that we focus on conditioning. Then you forget about strength, you focus on conditioning, and that helps with weight as well. Because as soon as we stay away from strength, we focus on conditioning, we will see our weight will go a little bit down, and then just before 2 weeks before the fight, and then we'll increase the water loading as well until the few days before we do the actual cut. But it's not an easy thing.
mm,
Uh, it's a it's a tough thing, but it on the other side it depends how you look at it as well. Because when I look at weight cutting thing, I look
mm,
at it as a discipline part of the sport, and at our camp we always make weight. It's something that we, like our coach is serious about. He always tell us if we want to look professional, the small things, it's not a small thing, but something that look small to other people is something that those things like that you need to nail those things
mm.
because they are in your control. Everything that is in your control, we have to nail it. And then it, it's understandable if you go to a fight and you don't get the result that you were looking for, because not everything is in your control, because there's still the opponent that is fighting you back. So, and those things are understandable. But things like weight cut, we should be all be making weight, because you get a fight like months before, and you don't. I don't understand people that sign for a fight and then they don't make a weight. When did you
Mm.
start to prepare for it? Because when you prepare for a fight, uh, weight cut is part of the fight, so
Mm.
it's something that you should be thinking about as well.
Got you.
Mm.
Wonderful, wonderful. Um, fear. They say fear is part of the game.
Yes.
Nervousness is part
Mm.
of the game. And how do you combine fear and nervousness into one, going into the cage to give stellar performances like you've given during your
Mm.
career?
Um, what I've noticed in my fighting career, when there's something that I didn't do the way that I wanted to do in my camp,
Mm,
uh, going to a fight, I'll be worried about that. For instance, if I didn't work as the way I wanted to in my conditioning,
mhm,
then I'll go to a fight worried about my conditioning. That I wonder if I'll last the 5 rounds. Um, like we'll be worried about being cast out. But if you do everything right in your camp,
mhm,
I promise you, once you do everything right, you don't get much. You don't get fear, because
mm,
you know that you get confident that you are fit for this fight, and you trust your skills. Yes, of course, anything can happen in the fight, but
of course.
once you do everything right, I
Mm,
promise you, you'll go to a fight with much more confidence than fear.
fantastic. Um, in your opinion, what's the best part of being in this sport that you love so much, this MMA sport? What's the best part about being in it and doing it for a living like you do?
The best part for me, first of all, is to have people that are looking up to you as a role model.
Yeah.
That's one of the best part of it, because there are kids. I teach judo and MMA,
Hmm.
so I teach kids, young ones. They're all looking up to me, and I've got kids that are doing judo that are not my student,
Mm,
like they're also look like my friends. they are also looking up to me. So I think that's the best part. And I also want to do good now, to give back to the community. So there's some that I want to start. I want to start a talent show in
Hmm.
in a school that I used to go to. So
Okay,
before the end of this year, I'll do a talent show.
that's
There are
wonderful.
already people that are giving me prizes, like sponsoring me with prizes that can give out for that. So I think being a role model, it's the best part, and they use that power to empower other people.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
think that's the
yeah,
best part about.
that's absolutely wonderful. And if there's you got my contact, I got yours. If there's anything that you'd like us to do to help that
Yes, please.
moving forward, please let me
Yeah.
know, and we'll see what we can do for you and those
Yes, please.
kids back in
Yeah.
South Africa.
Yeah.
That'll be lovely.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you very much.
no worries at all. No worries at all. I wanted to as we're going towards the end of the show. I understand that you're a Manchester United fan. Eh?
Yes, yes, yes.
we
I
see
am. I
we
am.
I mean, we're here in England, we're a very, very football orientated country. Everybody
Mm,
loves football over here. They go mad for it. And
yeah.
Manchester United is one of the biggest club, if not the biggest club in the world. Is definitely one of the biggest clubs in the world, at
Yes,
least
yes,
top three.
yes.
Um,
Yeah, they are.
the season hasn't been kind to them from the beginning.
Yes,
But
yes,
it looks like you guys are bouncing back. What do you expect
yes.
from the club?
Yeah, I expect. I think we're gonna do well in this season.
Hmm.
If I'm sure we'll be in the top three this season. I see the club is spending a lot. We're getting new players.
Yep,
Yeah. So
they
uh,
spend the big
uh, uh,
money.
yes, 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 yes. Anthony. Yeah, I see now. We just signed Anthony. It's a big one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100 million
So
they signed Anthony today. So um,
yeah.
yeah, it looks like Manchester United they will be strong this year. There's a lot of strong teams in the Premier League, and
Yeah.
as big a club as Manchester United is, they need to
Mm.
be around those
Yes.
big
Mm.
those big names like Liverpool, like Manchester City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that we beat Liverpool 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks ago, right?
Well, about yeah, about a week and a half ago, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So the fact that we beat a team like a Liverpool caliber, so I think we're gonna do well in this season. And the fact that we are signing new players, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm sure
You
the
you
guys are
like you
gonna
like
do.
your new manager,
Yes, 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 yes.
Ten
Yeah.
Hag.
And plus, we have Ben McCarthy from South Africa as well as part of the managing team.
Oh yes,
Yeah, yeah. So
that's a
I
good
think
one.
that
That's a big one. That's a big one for you guys.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
me, I support Arsenal, so we are going to play
Oh,
this weekend. This Saturday
yeah,
is going to be Arsenal Manchester United, and my wife, she's Manchester United fan. Me, I'm Arsenal fan, so it's always crazy in my house, when we
yeah,
when we play each other.
yeah. If Arsenal wins, you know that no one's gonna cook at home.
Yeah,
You must buy
exactly,
takeaways.
exactly. No dinner.
Yeah,
Oh, it's been really, really nice talking to you, Shindile, and hopefully, down the line we can bring you back on the
yes.
channel, and maybe not just talk about your career or if you got anything going on, but even
Mm,
come and talk about other fights, on other fights on TV,
yes,
like
sir.
UFC cards or
Yeah.
Bellator cards or even your cards, the
Mm,
EFC cards. We can break them down together. Whenever you're free, we're going to reach out to you because we know you got a lot of stuff going on. Please,
yes.
do you want to plug any of your sponsors, your coaches, your merch, what you got coming up? If you want to tell the people, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I want to thank my sponsors, the guys from Stan Socks, the store, Visla, As you can see,
Yeah.
I'm wearing them now. Yeah. Um, all my sponsors, I thank I thank them because without them, uh, we, we won't be the people we are now without them,
Mm,
and my friends too. The fans, yo, I I, I wish the fans can understand the role they play in
mm,
our careers. They play a big role in our careers because sometimes we get um, we get so down in the sport and we want to quit. I'm telling you, probably 90 or 99% of the fighters at some stage they wanted to quit, but
mm,
because of the fans and family, we, we stay in the sport or we stay in the game because of them. So I wish they keep on supporting us. They are
mhm,
playing a big role in our careers. Um, I've got a BJJ competition coming up in October. It's winners take all submission kings. So it's 8 guys competing for a prize, and then
nice.
after that, I've got a fight in EFC. The guys they said they were looking to get Zulu for me.
Hmm.
I don't know if you know Kazimolo Zulu.
Yeah, yeah,
So
I've seen him around. Yeah.
mm, yeah, we're hoping to get that fight. But if not, uh, anyone, I'm looking forward to fight in November.
Mm,
So
okay.
they can yeah they can give me anyone if Zulu is not available at that time.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the fight that I'm looking for at the moment. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah, thank you very much for all of that. And we'll definitely be keeping, keeping an eye on all your progress and all the
Yes,
stuff that you got going on. We'll be, we'll be promoting you. We'll be posting you as well. We'll post all your stuff on our social media as well,
yes,
and get our wider audience to definitely get to know you, and and start showing you support, at least over here from England. And I
yes,
always say this, if it's one of the reasons why I do this. If one person that didn't like MMA before gets to see what we do, and they in turn like MMA because of that, I've won. If they in turn get to see you and see what you do and see how much you
yes.
love what you do, then we've won.
Mm,
And that's the only reason. Obviously, we have a little fun along the way talking to you about fights and breaking down fights and whatnot. But the main thing is always to show people that the MMA sport is one of the biggest sports out. It's brutal, but
yes,
it's also one of the nicest sports out there, and they're very, very nice people
yes,
in between the community. Very, very nice people, and
hundred
you're one of
percent.
them.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very
No,
much.
no, no. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. You've been fantastic with your time. Very, very generous with your time, and
Mm,
yeah, hopefully we get to bring you back down the line. And yeah, up onto the next video, fight fans. Fight Week Show subscribers, thank you for joining us. This is Sindile Manengela, the champ, and he's looking to come back in November. Go and support him. Go on his page. Go on his Insta, his Twitter. We're going to put in the descriptions. And yeah, just go and show him love. Really, really good guy. And yeah, up onto the next video. Hasta la vista. Salute.
Yo, guys, this is Adrian Yanez telling you to use those handles. Hit, click, like, and subscribe. Fuck yeah, dudes. If y'all don't do it, man, fucking catch the hands, bro.